Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska, home of the Cornhuskers and home to some of the most loyal fans in the sport, where, once again, Memorial Stadium will be sold out. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Kansas State about to kick off to get this game started. He'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Line gets set. First down. Use the play fake, now to throw. They're trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, it wasn't great field position to start with, and it's getting worse now. The defense gets a sack. They're getting aggressive up the field. They get to the QB, and they're sending a message.
Hoping to find one that works this time on second down from the 7. To throw, it's Raiola. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Stumbled to the ground. Sometimes you have to put it in a tight window, and sometimes the window is gargantuan, and it was there.
Yeah, that was one of them big old huge windows. And I tell you what, when you throw over the middle of the field, a lot of times quarterbacks are a little bit hesitant. When you're that open, it's easy to pull the trigger, easy to make the decision, make the read, get the ball to your receiver.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. The Cornhuskers decide to punt it away. Having to kick it away after a 3-and-out's not what they had in mind. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. The give to the back. Fighting off the defender. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out. And QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. You had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Gets it out quickly. Running with some authority as he bangs his way to the 43.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. Johnson looking to throw. Gets it out fast. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
And had they not picked up that first down, it would have been decision time for the head coach, right? You're kind of in no man's land on the fridge. Are you trying a long field goal? Are you going for it on 4th down? But because of the execution there and the nice throw, let's keep this drive going. Let's see if we can get 6.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. And he might be known for one pitch, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
On 3rd down, going up top. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down in the 42. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit in this one.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, this man, you got to do a better job blocking. And I tell you what, that's kind of been a theme throughout the season. They haven't been high-powered. They haven't really figured out who they are yet. And they still got time. The season's not over yet, but this offense still in identity mode.
Quickly to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Back to pass, it's Raiola. Out of the backfield, he's open. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down. And the Huskers have their offense in high gear. They'll throw it on 1st down. Snagged in the middle, it's Coleman. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a 1st down like they did there.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And the pass hits, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out. Great makes the INT.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Grabbed behind the lines. It's Johnson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And now on second down for this offense. Now they'll run the draw. At the 40, there he goes. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Fires to the middle. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Caught in the backfield, it's Cephas.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Johnson wants to throw it. Get it out on the screen. Finds a crease at the 20. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains and the screen pass is effective. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to defend a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go get the quarterback, and everything looks like pass, but when you see it, when you see that screen, you got to retrace your steps, get back in the play. Nice job by the offense. The defense just has to recognize that a little bit sooner.
Trying to run, it's Giddens. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, you're in the red zone, you bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The play action fake. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Headed to the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
When you have scrambling quarterbacks, you got to have a spot. You got to have somebody in the middle of the field. Everybody's playing coverage, but that guy's job is to focus on the quarterback and make sure he doesn't scramble and make big plays like this with his feet.
The Wildcats trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Kansas State. Well, somebody's been doing their box jumps.
You ain't lying. Getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Florida has the lead right now, but those Gator chomps haven't come easy. They're in a tight one. They're up by 7 over Cincinnati. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. Give to the running back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
He's got great speed. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Movement here from the tight end. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal for this offense. Johnson looking to throw. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wide open downfield. At the 35, he's got room. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the 1st half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Huskers will kick it off to start the 2nd half. He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
This time they'll go to the running game. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Quarterback on the keeper. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Really nice job by the defense playing responsibility football, making sure the quarterback couldn't make any of his reads, making sure the picture is not clear, getting downhill, getting the quarterback on the ground.
Fires to the tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes, and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Johnson wants to throw it. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. And the returner is stopped. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They were able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down.
Big 3rd down conversion, getting the ball to your running back, and he does the rest. This guy, I think, will get a lot more touches.
And you want to know why he's on the field on 3rd down? Because he can block, he can catch the ball, and you can also hand it off to him, and he can go find the sticks and keep drives alive. What a weapon.
Got it in the middle, it's Coleman. Still running at the 40. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. The Cornhuskers are moving quickly down the field. Touch pass on the run. Makes a man miss. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Looking downfield, it's Raiola. The throw. Finds space on the right. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. They knock him down behind the line, and the defense finishing this 3rd quarter in style.
Of the 3rd quarter of play, with the score, Kansas State 14, Nebraska 0.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And how about the big nose tackle? The guy who's right in the middle of the defense, the hardest spot to get a sack because you got the center in front of you, you got the guards right next to you, not a lot of space. Just uses the power, gets through, and gets the big sack.
They want to throw it. Coming after him. And it's caught! Touchdown, Huskers! They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished, but this offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get them the ball back.
And the extra point was good. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The offense set for a 1st down play. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Got it behind the line. It's Edwards. Makes a catch and knocked down. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Looking for space. It's Giddens. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the 4th quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. And he's running in the open. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot, doesn't he? Makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Florida is just boat racing them right now, thanks to an offense that's putting up video game numbers. They're up by 16 over Cincinnati. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Finds the tight end. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. And the Huskers want to pick up the tempo.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Takes the handoff. It's Edwards. Crosses the 30. He's got to lay it. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Offense getting set for first down. He's going to pass. He's going up top. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. To the air, it's Raiola. He's got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle. And
ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Big gain on that one as he stepped out of bounds with a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Now on 2nd down. Back to the air one more time. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Well, we saw the coaching staff on the sideline challenging this offensive line to end this game. They've got the lead late now, and they know they're going to continue trying to run the ball to ice it.
They'll give it to the back. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Johnson looking to throw. Now adjusting. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
I just love the effort by the defense on this play. We're late in the game. It's in the 4th quarter. Guys are tired. They're not able to get to the QB right away, but they continue pursuing him, and they're able to get to him outside of the pocket. Nice job.
He'll bring it back. It's Boyd. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
They almost had another interception. They're trying to set records out there. Third down play from the gun. Got it on the outside. It's Kstate. And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there? He's looking to throw it. Fires to the right. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense